and welcome back to my channel, Structured Living. I'm really happy that you guys are back for another video. I really missed filming, so I'm super excited to have some downtime to be able to film for you. This is actually take 2, and that's because I'm using a ring light up there for my camera, and there was a reflection on my board here. So let's try this again. Hopefully there's no reflection this time. Oh, and you just heard my Alexa go off, so there's a lot of distractions. I'm sorry. So let's go ahead and just get into this video. But before we do tips and tricks on traveling, I did want to take a minute to really, from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys for subscribing, for telling your friends, for viewing, coming back for more videos. I really never thought that I would have 50 subscribers, let alone 100, let alone almost 200 subscribers. That is so mind-blowing. I am so very thankful for all of your support, all of your blessings, everything that you guys comment and wish me. It's very sweet. And I just wanted to let you know that the first cash giveaway has closed. I have contacted the winner. I will post the winning comment, but I will blur some details out just for anonymity reasons. But we are very close to 200 subscribers, which means we're close to our second cash giveaway. I think last time I checked, we have on this channel 187 subscribers, which means we are less than 20 people away. I'm so excited. So I'm going to announce the second cash giveaway soon. Hopefully you guys continue to tell your friends and family. You continue to come back for more. And so without further ado, let's get on to the video. All right, so today we're going to be talking about traveling on a budget. And I know there's been some travel restrictions due to COVID, but I love to travel. I think that traveling is so important, whether it's domestically in your own country or it's internationally and seeing other cultures and people. I know that a lot has been canceled, since this whole thing happened, but it's never too early to start learning or to start thinking about planning a trip when it is safe to do so. So these are just things that I like to do, and most of these things I've learned from experience. And I just wanted to pass that little wealth of knowledge on to you guys. So let's go ahead and talk about tip number 1. All right, so tip number 1 is plan in advance. And I want to mention that I am local here to the United States. This is what I know works well here in the States. I'm not too sure about around the world, but I think the same general concepts do apply to everywhere around the world, but this is what I have found to be kind of the sweet spot for getting the best deals. So if you want to travel domestically within the United States, the best time to book your ticket would be 2 to 3 months before your travel date. So for example, if you wanted to travel in April, you would start to kind of look at tickets in January. You may book something in January, but you can always push it out to February. I have found that to be the best time for deals. The second thing is if you want to travel internationally, I found that 6 months is the best time. I know that it's hard to plan so far in advance for certain things, but to the best of your ability, to the best of your knowledge at the time of booking, 6 months is great for traveling internationally. And that might sound like a lot, but there are a lot of companies and websites that will allow you to book up to 1 year in advance. So that is awesome. Let's go on to tip number 2. All right, so tip number 2 is something that I want to mention is not sponsored. Again, these are just things that I like to do normally whenever I'm planning a vacation for my husband and I, and that's book using third-party sites or apps, whatever it is. I like to use Cheapo Air and Skyscanner for websites, and I've recently found this one called Hopper, and what I really like about Hopper is that it will take the dates that you want to travel and it'll give you like an entire calendar of dates, and then it's color coordinated based on least expensive, most expensive, so on and so forth. and then it will actually track your flight for you, your flight prices rather, for you, so that you can see when is the best time to book. So if you want to book something today, it will actually tell you, wait, prices are expected to decrease in the next coming weeks, or this is the best price that you'll get for now. So let's get on to tip number 3, pick a brand and stay loyal. This was really crucial for me when I was flying a lot to visit my husband when he was living on the West Coast and I was still living on the East Coast. Basically what I did was I saw what airline flies between the 2 airports that I'm frequenting, what times work best, what are their prices, and I just kind of picked one. I opened a loyalty account with them, and then I've never looked back. I frequently use United Airlines, and again, this is not sponsored. I have their credit card, which is another great way to rack up miles, but we're not talking about that today. I have certain perks by sticking with their brand. Now, there is a free alternative, and that's their Mileage Plus program. And I know that United is not the only one that does this. Many places will allow you to open up a free account and you can use your name, number, however it works, and you will just use that number ID associated with your account every single time that you want to book. And the more you book using that, the cheaper it will be in the long run, because you're able to rack up your miles, or points, whatever they use, which can turn into free flights. So let's get on to tip number 4. Be flexible on your dates if you are able to. When I was younger, traveling for my family and I was very much left for peak seasons, which is summer, winter, spring break, so on and so forth. Anytime there's a holiday, it's a peak season. But now that my husband and I have a lot more flexibility and a lot less responsibility, we don't have kids yet, we're able to be flexible on our dates, which is really awesome because we're able to save money. So we don't always have to wait to travel for the 4th of July or on Christmas break or whatever. We're able to travel for a random weekend in March, let's say. So I have found that the more flexible you are on your dates, the more willing airlines are to give you discounts based on whether or not you're traveling in peak season or off-peak season. Not only that though, if you're flexible on the airport that you're flying out of, there might be certain discounts associated with that as well. It all just depends on who you're booking through and how willing you are to save a few dollars here and there, assuming it works with your schedule. All right, so let's get on to tip number 5. Plan an itinerary and book your tickets associated with that itinerary. Let me give you an example. A few years ago, my mom and I did a girls' trip to Paris, which was a lot of fun, but we didn't really know what we wanted to do. The only thing that we knew we wanted to do was see the Eiffel Tower, but we didn't really do a lot of research in how we can see the Eiffel Tower. We just kind of assumed, oh, we'll just do it when we get there. And then when we got there, we saw that people had tickets and tours and things already pre-booked. So we were panicking because we thought we might not be able to see the one thing that we really wanted to see when we got here. So with that knowledge, that night that we came home from the Eiffel Tower, we sat in our hotel rooms and tried to frantically buy tickets for the remainder of the trip. But we were noticing that the tickets were really expensive because the only things that were left were the VIP tickets or the front of the line. And my best piece of advice would be to plan your itinerary. That way you know exactly what you want to do. You're not really wasting any time when you get to your destination, unless that is your goal. I know some people that like to travel and they say, well, we'll just see where we kind of end up and what we do. I'm not really one of those people because of this circumstance that I experienced in Paris, but if that works for you, that's totally fine. So plan an itinerary, and then once you decide what it is that you want to do, go ahead and book those tickets, because usually 9 times out of 10, it's going to be cheaper if you book them in advance, but you're not only getting a cheaper rate, you're also not risking it being full for when you do want to travel, especially if you're traveling during peak season. All right, let's get into tip number 6. So tip number 6 might seem a little bit odd, but hear me out. Go grocery shopping or pack your meals at your destination. So take, for example, my trip to Paris with my mom. We actually decided that we wanted to see what the local cuisine was, and we did that a lot by eating out and getting snacks and things like that, which is great. But we wanted to go grocery shopping to not only bring down the cost of our food, to make sure that we were kind of eating healthy while we were on vacation, but also we got to see what the locals were eating. We got French bread and we got jam, and it was a lot of fun trying to navigate our way through the Parisian markets. But it also saved us a lot of money, which was awesome. So I highly recommend grocery shopping because you're able to buy the things that you know your kids will like. You're able to save money, but if you're somewhere that's new and exciting, you're also able to kind of get out of your comfort zone, all the while still saving money. Then the next thing, pack your meals. For those of you who have been to any sort of amusement park, and I don't know about internationally, but here in the United States, it is very expensive to eat in an amusement park. So take Disney World, for example. If you're a family of 4 or 5, you're looking at over $100 for just one meal, which is crazy. So if you pack your meals in advance, you're able to save some time by eating while you're waiting in line, but save some money, of course. But also, right now, you're able to bring things in that you know your kids will enjoy, or you can monitor kind of the health aspect if you have allergies and that kind of thing. So this might not be your ideal, but it is a great way to travel on a budget by pre-planning your meals or planning to shop while you're there. So let's get on to tip number 7, which is our last and final tip for the day. Pack properly so you don't have to shop at your destination. For example, a few years ago, my husband and I went on a trip, and I believe we were on a cruise, and for whatever reason, I got really badly burned. And this is important because I never get burned, so I never thought to bring something like aloe vera. So when I did get burned on the cruise, because we were in the middle of nowhere, because we were in the middle of the ocean, the only choice that I had was to buy aloe vera through the gift shop. Now, mind you, aloe vera is like $5 or less than $10 if you're buying it from your local Walmart or Target or wherever. But here I paid almost $20, which is absurd. So now what I've done, and again, you live and you learn, I actually write a list of everything that I want to pack, even very basic things like socks and underwear, so on and so forth. But now I've gotten to the point where I'm so detailed where I write outfits. So I'll say black skirt with red sweater and this, and this. So I'll actually say, and when I go to pack, I actually check off next to it, chargers, check, blah, 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 check. So this is so I don't have to repeat what happened when I was on the cruise. And that way I'm able to see who is bringing what, how much room do we have, and it's really good for me to stay organized. All right, so we are now at the end of the video, and I'm so happy that you came to join me for another video. Leave me a comment down below and tell me where you would like to travel when we are able to, and tell me what are some of your tips and tricks that you use when you're traveling. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. I seriously cannot believe that I am nearing 200 subscribers here on this channel. I'm so grateful for your support. And remember, the faster we get to 200, the faster we can have another cash giveaway. So tell your friends and family. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'd love to have you part of our Structured Living family. And I'll see you all next time. Bye!